Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today I have a little bit of an interesting video for you. So I might have mentioned it a few times throughout some other videos that you might have watched. I had an origin, tried redrilling it one or two times because I thought I might have tried some layouts that didn't work, and it's just super strong, and it was really hard for me to throw down here on any house pattern. So that ball was kind of specifically meant for sport conditions. And then they came out with this Origin EX, and they said it was going to be a lot cleaner, which I like. A solid, so a lot smoother, which the Origin kind of on house conditions was a little too forward for me. It was rolling out a little bit too much because of how strong it was. So I was like, all right, rounder, cleaner, things we're going to like, but it's kind of like the opposite end of the spectrum. And if we're going to be completely honest, this kind of gives off like TNT infused vibes, but we're going the opposite direction, right? Where everybody, when the TNT came out, it was like they didn't understand kind of what the purpose was in terms of how smooth it was. And then the infused came out and it was like the snappiest ball in the world, and the ball went sideways. So it's kind of like a flip-flop of releases for me. So today, I honestly don't really have anything to compare this Origin EX to. I can tell you what's going to happen. I can tell you what it's going to roll different than, but it is its own entity. It is a super unique piece. I was able to use it in a major tournament we had down here last weekend before I ended up getting sick this week, and it bailed me out for about a nice 2 to 3 game stretch where I was able to qualify for the bracket play towards the end. So ball was great. It is as advertised. It is super clean. It's kind of slower and just rounder. You're going to see me be able to kind of really be nice and gentle with my ball speed today. You're going to see it kind of come off of it nice and even. It's not going to snap too much. I'm a huge fan of these shapes on the tougher conditions. Maybe not on the house conditions, which is what we're going to be doing it today, but just to get an idea of the shape today. So you might see some flat 10s. You might see some awkward pin carry, also because this rack isn't too great. But one thing I just wanted to do was just introduce you to what this ball is kind of meant for, the shape you're going to be getting if you do happen to get one, and what different hand positions might be able to do, okay? So we're going to play around with it. I'm going to tell you my thoughts as I throw certain shots. Not too many, maybe like 5 or 6 shots, just to give you an idea of the different shapes we can get. And then we'll wrap it up, and I'll kind of tell you, what I used it after, what I'm going to use it before, and kind of where I think it fits in terms of overall progression, all right? So let's go ahead and hit the lanes and see what we find out, and then we will discuss things as they pop up. Let's go do it. Okay, getting lined up around 26, 27 here. One of the things you're going to see me do differently in these videos is you're really not going to see me hit it too hard or throw it too hard. So I can be nice and soft here and just let the ball do a lot of the work. Okay, so we might have to move a little right. And I preemptively moved that first shot when I probably shouldn't have. So move 2 back to the right here. Just because the last shot I threw went high flush, and so I'm going to try and stay soft. I'm going to try and keep it in here. Really going to try and stay behind it. It's a little bit right, but you can still kind of see it came off it nice. And yeah, I'm sorry if I don't have my feet under me exactly right now. Still recovering from an illness, so this ball's actually kind of nice to throw right now because I don't have to put too much effort into the speed and everything. So, all right, same thing, staying behind it, eyes in, nice and soft. Oh, okay, a little too soft, and maybe a little bit right, so we'll make a slight adjustment. Alrighty. Let's try same thing here, eyes in one board. A little bit better. Alright, we're just parallel here now, 1 and 1. Same thing, gonna try and stay nice and soft. That's in, not gonna see it? Oh, beautiful. Perfect. All right, if we can get 2 more like that, we'll be golden. So, same thing. Don't overpower it, right? That's the goal here. Clean and smooth. Throw it too hard, it's never gonna see it, so. Much better. All right, baby. Now we're rolling. All right, so 1 more here. And I've been slowly adding a little bit more axis, so a little more side roll, a little more rotation here on each shot. Let's try it 1 more time. Oh man, ball's just handling that part of the lane perfect right now. Okay, so just for comparison purposes, I'm gonna, if you don't want to go back and watch the Typhoon or Ultimate Wrecker videos, I have the Ultimate Wrecker out here. I'm gonna stand in the same spot and try and keep it as soft and throw it the same way and keep it in. And you'll should be able to see a major reaction difference. There we go. Ah, that's as major as you can get. Now, I know my footwork wasn't the best right there, but in terms of, you know, what we're looking for in terms of down lane reaction, a lot quicker, a lot more sideways, and we got 4. So let me go ahead and put everything away. We'll wrap the video up and I'll explain to you when I'm gonna throw certain bowling balls and why I think this Origin EX is gonna have a spot in my bag for a long time. All right, so I'm leaving that 4 count up in the background. So one of the things I did want to discuss was this last weekend's tournament. So we bowled on a pattern called Dead Man's Curve. I think it was the V2 of that pattern, which is 43 feet, 24 mils, so lower volume, 6 loads of 2-2s, which means the gutter's not usually in play, and 43 feet with that many 2-2s, urethane's probably not in play either. So if you're asking how I attacked it or how we attacked that pattern, so what I was able to do on the fresh was throw the level, actually. First time really throwing it for an extended period of time in competitive play ever. And I was super impressed. It actually gave me my highest game of qualifying, game 1. And then what ended up kind of happening was exactly what you would think with the level. You know, it's supposed to give you that urethane-esque shape. And the further left we moved, the more it kind of labored. I was leaving a lot of corners and I was kind of scratching my head there like, what can I go to next? And obviously, this is the video, so I'm letting you know the next ball I went to was actually the Origin EX, and it was perfect. It was the exact step up from the level I needed because of the lower volume and how clean of a cover this has for a solid. It was still able to clear the fronts. It is a stronger ball. The numbers are, you know, the core numbers are still kind of strong, and it is a little bit more angular of a down lane reaction. So it was fantastic in terms of kind of exactly what I was looking for off the level to start getting those corners out. Bailed me out those last 3 games, and then we went to kind of more burn. And then after that, I was kind of like chasing it, just trying to stay safe because it's one of those things where you just have to qualify for the top 32. And then we go into like a bracket match play. That's what it is. It's like a match play tournament. So I stuck with Origin EX because it kept me out of trouble for a while. And then as soon as we moved to the next round on the burn, which was on those exact same pairs, the ball I went to was actually the Ultimate Wrecker, which I just showed you. We had a little bit more carry down. The further left you get, you need a ball that's going to turn the corner a little bit better. And I kind of like how it's a little bit earlier and rollier. So it was a little bit more predictable, and it being a hybrid also helps. And then after the Ultimate Wrecker, I went to the IQ AI. And I'm going to have those on the screen somewhere so you can go ahead and check them out. But level, Origin EX, Ultimate Wrecker, IQ AI, and then it was a perfect gradual change of equipment. I loved the lineup. I was super happy with the results I had. If I can, I might add a shot somewhere if I can clip it in. I'm not 100% sure. if I can clip in some of the shots with the IQA, but they got really toasty. I was like way in front of the ball return, only like game 4 or 5, so you can really see how low volume it was. The fact that all the other stuff, you know, even the lower end bowling balls, well, not the lower end, but the mid to lower end bowling balls like the Wrecker and the IQ were like starting to see it too early. I probably could have gone back to this Origin and thrown it, even though, you know, the lanes were like charred. Anyway, I'm gonna keep rambling. You guys weren't there, so it's hard to kind of imagine it. I'm just trying to paint the picture in your head. So level, Origin EX, then Ultimate Wrecker, then IQ AI was a fantastic lineup of equipment there. If you guys have any other questions, it's got that red, orange, and purple, or yellow, purple, whatever you want to call it. It's like the same colors as the gem. It is nowhere close to a gem. It's a solid with big numbers. It's not close to an Ion Max. It is its own entity for sure. This cover is super clean. It is a totally different piece than I was expecting, and I just want to make sure in this video, if you guys get one, you don't go into it thinking you're getting something, you know, that's going to be like this super high-end bowling ball that you're going to be able to throw on all the heavy oil patterns, because that's really not what it's designed for, right? So looks can be deceiving. I just wanted to make sure that everybody understood kind of what it was meant for. It's probably a better transition piece than anything than a fresh. Anyway, thank you guys as always for watching. This has been where is it? It's over here. This has been a Scott Henderson bowling production. Can't wait for the new surges to come out, so hopefully I'll be able to do a video or two on those for you guys, and hopefully we have some new stuff announced for the summer coming up too. All right, so stay tuned. As always, thank you guys. 900 Global, Squad RG. As always, hashtag Storm Nation, baby.